What's up, global players? You're about to get a pretty big update that comes with the new hero area as well as the new raid boss Naraka. I've got a video about that, so make sure to go check it out. The hero area is like the Upside Down but for Summoner's War Chronicles, where it's rainy, dark, and overall much more difficult than the regular world. So yeah, this content is not for solo gamers. You're gonna need to party up.
But I don't have any friends.
So go find some guildies or that random kid down the street, and let's go defeat some quests. First, you need to head to your castle and area quest and complete the World Fissures quest to get access. Next, you get to the new area by clicking on the map, clicking the purple glowing hero area button. Then you will have this all-important screen. Maybe they will switch these out in the future for other areas, probably not. Each area though has its own area effect, rewards, and bosses. This area effect begins when you enter the hero area. The monsters and bosses in this area are quite difficult, so you'll want to pay attention to each area's element effect. In the Rune area, for example, the light element is buffed, meaning you should bring a light weapon and preferably light monsters. Most of the time you can get away with other element monsters, but you need to bring in a lot of healing and sustain units like Chloe, Bastet, Tion, Konamiya, etc. Each area has their own element. The Tesca, Aya, and Florin's areas are easy to remember because they have logical element advantages like water, fire, and wind. Rune is light, and the Rukarangma area is dark, which can be a little bit hard to remember, but you'll get it. Your monsters are affected by this area effect as well, so ideally you would bring in a mono-element team of monsters. Over on the Quest tab, you will have 3 main quests every single week. Hunt down creatures, hunt down the 3 to 4 mini-bosses in the area, and finally defeat Baphomet. We will get to that later. If your quest says unavailable, that's because you must be level 60 on your summoner to get the rewards from the hero area. You can go there and fight monsters and get some drops, but you won't be able to get the quest rewards. If your summoner isn't at level 60, you will likely have a hard time, but it's a decent place to AFK farm for XP, for your summoner, and magical rune pieces, which we'll talk about later. Quick tip for extra rewards. After you've completed all of your quests for the week, you can hop over to one of your other summoners and complete those quests again for even more gold and rune crafting material. From the quests, you get a good amount of rewards including gold, magical rune pieces, and element-specific engraved stones. Magical rune pieces and engraved stones are both used in the crafting of legendary runes in the alchemy profession. You need to be level 5 in your alchemy profession to craft legendary runes. I honestly really like this rune crafting over farming for them. You can craft any specific rune type that you want, or do the random one, which is slightly cheaper and does not require an engraving stone. With crafting, you always get a legendary rune, so it's a great way to get better runes for your monsters. The ingredients for crafting all come from the hero area. Of course, you get them from completing the quests, but also from AFK farming the little monsters and mini-bosses. This crafting system is getting moved to the new Rune Alchemy area soon, but it will function in the same way. The mini-bosses or field bosses are very difficult field bosses that will likely take at least a party of 3 people to take down. There are 3 to 4 of them in each area, and they all have their own specific spawn locations. They spawn every 3 hours, but despawn after 2, so good luck trying to find one. Once defeated, the elite creatures or mini-bosses will drop the magical rune stones and engraved stones, and tough leather, even after you complete the quest, so it is definitely worth it to party up and take down some additional mini-bosses on the side after you've completed your quests. Now there is an extra reason to farm this area more than just your quests. Tough leather and altered leather. You will need these leathers, quite a lot of them actually, to craft new outfit sets. One in particular for PvP especially is the Blue Flame set, which gives you stats in the PvP challenge and brawl arena. 5% extra damage dealt by your summoner and monsters and 10% extra healing. Plus there's lots of other cool outfits that you can craft with the tough leather. These are huge buffs in PvP, and easily this Blue Flame set is the best outfit in the game. Now, you may not be interested in the PvP side of things, but you can get some decent rewards every week after each season, plus arena currency can be used for all kinds of things in the respective shops. For the most part, you get one of these leathers per mini-boss that you kill. Nice, what do I get? Tough leather. And a rage rune. The purple altered leathers are the only ones that come from World Boss Baphomet. Baphomet is the big boss baddie who appears once a day and twice on the weekends. There are 5 versions of the World Boss Baphomet. Each region has a different element of Baphomet, but they are basically the same. Most of the time you won't have to worry about doing too much damage to the boss. The whales will take care of that for you. All you need to do is survive. Typically there are 40 to 50 people all working to defeat the same boss, very similar to a typical world boss. I try to bring in the appropriate element monsters, but sometimes they're just not powerful enough or leveled up, so I tend to bring my tankiest units along with my best healers. Usually for me that's Bastet, Annabelle, and either Chloe or some other healer. Here's a pro tip. The boss will spawn in all 5 channels, so always start at channel 1, defeat the boss, and move to channel 2. If you don't know how to switch channels, click your map and open it up to see what channel you are currently on. You can click that and you will see the different channels that are available to you. You will need to defeat Baphomet in each of the continents to complete each quest, but also to get that altered leather we talked about earlier. Now, don't get too excited. One of the big problems with this content is that the drop rates are pretty bad. Some of my guildmates have defeated this boss well over 30 times and have only gotten a single piece of altered leather, whereas I've defeated him about the same amount and got nearly 20 of these altered leathers. So the inconsistency of the leather drops is really pathetic and keeps people away from the content. I'm pretty sure they made a couple small little changes to this and hopefully the drop rates are better now. Okay, so now you know everything and how everything works, let me go over some tips, things to watch out for, and ways that you can go about completing this content. Number 1. Joining a party makes it much easier to defeat Baphomet and also do the other hero area content, as it helps you stay alive because you get the support of your other party members' monsters like healing or shields. Number 2, there is actually a separate creature book for the hero area for all of your overnight auto farmers out there. And hey, look at those legend scrolls and Devilmon you get for defeating Baphomet a bunch of times. For the Baphomet world boss, we always start on channel 1. Then go to channel 2, and so on until the boss is defeated in all 5 channels, giving you the best opportunity at getting as many of those altered leather drops as you can. Now, in a couple weeks, once everyone on the server is much higher level, Baphomet will get killed rather quickly, and there is a channel cooldown timer, so you can't just go hopping from channel to channel. If you want to be a sweaty pro gamer, then this is the most optimum way to change channels with your party. Start the raid on channel 1 with your full party of 3. Once the boss is defeated, the leader will change the channel to channel 2. And if you have the follow party leader button pressed, you will automatically follow the leader to the next channel. Then give that party leadership to another party member. Once Baphomet is defeated on channel 2, the new party leader changes the channel to 3 and gives the party leadership to the last party member, who will then take that party to channel 4 and finally give the party leadership back to the first person whose channel change cooldown is now complete and will take you guys to channel 5. Whew. I will definitely switch out my weapon for each area that I go into in order to receive that area bonus. Sometimes I'll switch out my monsters for the correct element, but most of us just don't have fully built teams that are mono element for all of this kind of stuff, so I typically just run my most tanky monsters, supports, and healing monsters. When farming mini-bosses, typically you will have one member of your party who is the pilot. The leader of the party, they will be responsible for moving your party around the hero area to the different locations. If you are following, all you have to do is click the follow button in the party menu and you will follow your party leader around the map and defeat the same mini-bosses. If you have the quest unfinished and you are the pilot or the party leader, you can enter the hero area and press the quest on the left side of you and you will auto path to the bosses. If you already completed the quest and you are just piloting for other people or even just farming for materials, you can always open up your map, click on the little mini-boss symbol, and it will auto path there. Maybe you really can't be on during the limited times that Baphomet spawns, so you can actually use the same Baphomet spawn and complete your quest on all 3 summoners. Before the boss spawns, have all 3 summoners at the boss location. Beat the boss on channel 1, then switch to your next summoner and go to channel 2. And finally switch your last summoner and go to channel 3. Depending on how long it takes to switch summoners, you might have to skip a channel. The boss can be defeated pretty quick sometimes. If done right, you could knock out that quest on all of your summoners and get all the rewards for the week in just one Baphomet spawn. Alright guys, that about wraps up the hero area. The biggest takeaway from this video is go find a decent guild so you can easily get a party together. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions. If you liked this guide, hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos or catch me on one of my live streams, hit the subscribe button. There's a link to my Discord down below if you have any questions or just want to chat about the game. That's all for now. I'm TopherSmurf telling you to keep on gaming.